Hey, Alexis Beauties and Flawless Man. I wanted to have a raw and uncut conversation about literally a thought I just had like a second ago. You know how the Lord be like, love your enemies as you love yourself, love your neighbor as you love yourself, and do good unto others. That is easier said than lived when somebody came and broke your heart. That is easier said than lived when somebody came and disrespected you. When someone lied on you or stole from you mentally, physically, emotionally, abused you, neglected you. And here is a spirit, here is your elders and people telling you to still love your enemies is crazy. The easiest way to do that is to reevaluate with wisdom the things that you know they experienced. If you was friends with someone and you know that person had like a bad growing up, and you were their friends for years, and you just seen like the family was bad and just different things like that, it hurts to be hurt, but at some point you will begin to forgive those people. And the easiest way to forgive your enemies, the easiest way to love your enemies and to speak good about them and to laugh when you're talking about them and not to talk down on them and to respect them. Call people a young lady and not the B word when you tell them the testimony or the story. Call somebody a young man and not the N word because he did you bold. The number one thing I do is I look back and say that person was broken and probably more than me. So how could I expect anything from that? And I'm looking at that from all areas in life, from parents to jobs to friends to relationships. It takes courage to say, I don't feel like I was in the wrong, but I got hurt by this person. But the easiest way to, because we have to forgive people, those things eventually is going to bring toxicity into our lives. And then you have some people that are okay with, keep going forth in their life and, breaking people's hearts, and they don't stop to think because they don't care. But when you care, when you're a human being and you have a real heart, and someone hurts you, look back at the things that you know that they were struggling with, and that will help you to be more compassionate towards them behind their backs, and if you ever met them face to face again, because you knew that person was struggling even though you were struggling. So two people struggling can't help each other. A lot of the times I'm learning about this word. It's called trauma bond. We are familiar with each other because we both are struggling. But when one person comes out of that struggle and that other person is still in that struggle, then now we're unequally yoked. We're not bonded anymore. We don't have a connection because I'm not struggling anymore and you are. So a lot of the times we trauma bond with people and hurt people so we keep getting hurt. But we have to forgive these people. We have to love our enemies. It is law. It is a commandment. So Alexis Beauties and Flawless Man, I pray that this podcast episode has gave you another outlook on loving your enemies as you love yourself. And it means literally just that. You wouldn't talk about yourself. You wouldn't talk about how ugly you are or how boy-headed you are or how broke you are. And I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. So we can't do that towards other people either. Just say, you know what, man, that man was broken. He wasn't going to be able to love me. I forgive him, but I appreciate him for telling me not to use the same towel on all my body parts. You got to take the good out of it. And now I laugh at it, but I love each and every person just as much as they were still in my life.